Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a blacksmith. Blacksmiths? A blacksmith workshop. By the way, just in case you have any more building related needs, I would highly recommend that you check out the card system, because in there, if you like this particular building, not only will there be an entire playlist which you guys will probably love to comb through, but I'll also link several other videos that you guys might very much be interested in. So check out the card system if you want to make more things by me. But moving on, if you want to make the blacksmith, sir, here's what you're going to need. You'll need some oak wood and some spruce wood. Grab oak wood planks, then some cobblestone, then grab stone bricks, some oak wood stairs, then grab stone stairs, grab cobblestone slabs, and finally, guys, grab yourself some white stained glass paint. Now, unfortunately for us, we are actually going to be needing quite a few more materials, but for now, we can only carry these. So once you have each one of these right here, and once you've figured out where you want to make it, I'll be making it right here, you're going to want to first of all make the platform that this entire little compound that we have is going to sit on. So it sits on a stone brick slab, like a sheet of stone brick, and it's a big giant rectangular shape, so that's what we're going to make first. So start off with this sequence of blocks in a row on the floor. Do 8 stone bricks, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then do 3 oak wood stairs, still going right, that's 1, 2, 3. Then do 14 stone bricks, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And what we then want to do is we want to take that very first stone brick and this 14th stone brick, and we want to drag them each going that way towards where that open ender chest is, each by 12. So this block, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Or alternatively, we can take this 12th block, we can run it so that it is going horizontal the same way as that long road that we've already made. We can run it all the way here, we can make it stop in the same place that we placed that first block, and then we can connect the front and the back together. Or if you want to do it manually, extend that first block going back by 12 and then connect them together. But you want to end up with something that should look like this, and then what I need to do, and what we need to do, is we need to then fill in the top of this with stone bricks. So that's exactly what I'm going to do, and this probably doesn't have to be included in the recording. So I'm going to fill this area in with stone bricks. There doesn't need to be any more materials, and I'm going to be back once I've done it. I expect you guys to have done the same. Back in a moment. Okay, so you're going to want to end up with an area that should look exactly like this. And it's not important that we do this now, but just because it's bugging me for whatever reason, I'm just going to place a spruce wood left and right, and on the very front right hand corner of the area that I've just made. So left and right of the 3 oak wood stairs that we have, I've placed a single spruce wood left and right, and I've also placed a spruce wood right on the back right hand corner. Just because that's bugging me, don't know why it is, but do the same thing, guys, we're going to need to do it later anyway. So once you've completely filled in that area, and if you're like me, a little crazy and a little OCD, you'll have placed those spruce woods as well, this is what you want to do next, and I expect that it'll take you a couple of minutes to fill that area in. So once you've got that taken care of, you now want to come all the way to the very back left-hand corner of the little area that we've made. So this corner block right here. Well, on top of this corner block, with the oak wood, just the regular oak wood, we want to go up on top of this block by 5. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then take this 5th block, go right of it by 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Connect it down to the ground. So we just want to connect it down to the ground. Then we want to take this 5th block, this 6th block, extend them coming towards us each by 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We then want to connect each one of those 6 blocks together, and then we want to connect them all the way down to the ground again, which I haven't done on the left, but I just managed to do on the right. So we want to end up with this shape. Now, what we then want to do is go up on top of each one of the 4 corners of this square shape that we have up at the top here, and we want to go on top of each one of these corners each by 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we want to connect each one of those 5th blocks together, and God damn it, there we go. We want to connect each one of those 5th blocks together, just going all the way around until we have a tower-y looking shape. So we want to have something which should look like this. Now, once you've got that taken care of, this is what you want to do next. So, this next thing we have to do to not only the front of our little tower, but we want to do the same thing to the right-hand side of the tower as well. So, on the front, you can see where we have these 2 oak woods facing us. We want to extend each one of these oak woods coming towards us each by 6 again. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And all being right, you then want to connect them to the ground, like this, and they should reach the very edge of the stone brick foundation that we have, and then you want to connect each one of those 6 blocks together like that. Now, not only do you want to do that on the front, but you also want to do this on the right-hand side. So the right-hand side, we don't have the oak facing us, but you guys understand we have the same thing. So we want to take each one of these corner blocks, extend them, coming towards us to the right of the compound, each by 6. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this one as well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. And then we just want to connect them together. Connect them down to the ground, and we will have the very basic shape of, boom, we will have the very basic shape of like the shop slash housey looking area that we have for the blacksmith. So the blacksmith needs somewhere to live, guys. It's both a shop and his home. He's a business owner. Once you've got that taken care of, this is what we want to do next. So, I think that it's probably actually about time that we completely finish, like, the shop house area, and then we can move on to the rest of it, because this is the biggest part of the project. So, what we now want to do is this. So, first of all, let's just mark out where the entrance to the house is going to be. It's going to be right here. It can be on the left here. It can be here, but there's only really 3 options for the entrance to the house. It's either this side, or that side. It doesn't matter which one you choose, but I like it being this one. And the way that this looks, we just have a nice regular entrance right here made out of oak wood. It's a nice little archway like this, and then we just want to place oak wood planks at the base of the archway, and then oak wood planks at the top. We then want to fill the center part of this in with white stained glass paint. And that's how the entrance looks. Very, very simple. Now, the rest of the house isn't too dissimilar to this. Each one of the other square shapes around the rest of the house, excluding this face here and this face here, are going to look like this. So, we'll fill the very bottom of each one of the square shapes in with oak wood planks. We'll fill the very top in with oak wood planks. We'll then do a bisecting row of stone bricks right up the center, and then we'll do white stained glass paint all the way everywhere else. So it's going to look a little bit like this, and for some reason this is reminding me of an iron golem's face. Not entirely sure why that is, but I'm definitely getting that vibe. It's kind of like a pair of glasses. But that's how each one of these individual little squarey rectangular things are going to end up looking. So the way that I'm going to do this, I think I'm going to add all of the wood and bricks to each one of the individual little sections that I've got to do, and then I'm going to add all of the glass all in one go. So the way that the 2 faces here, let's do it to all of the faces that are relevant first, and then we'll talk about the ones that aren't. So there's 2 parts of this house where the roofs are going to be, which are the 2 parts that we extended from the tower? Well, there's going to be roofs on top of those. So as a result of that, the actual second floor of the tower, it doesn't have this sort of pattern like on the 2 faces of it. So we're going to have to just talk about that. It's really easy. All we're going to be doing is we're going to be adding a little bit of stone and a little bit of wood instead. We're not going to be adding any glass. But these back 2 corners, so this side, the back, and the left-hand side of the house, we're going to be filling these in as normal, and I'm also going to be doing all of the glass. Actually, we'll add the glass after we've talked about the two non-conformist parts of the house. So you want to have something, or maybe you're doing it a little bit different, but we have something that should look like this. We're basically just missing the glass. I want to do that all in one go. But talking about these 2 parts here, like this part and this part, the way that we're filling this in, we're going to fill the very center part in with stone bricks, like this. Oh wow, I'm destroying everything. We're going to fill the very center part of it in with stone bricks, so the first 3 vertical rows in with stone bricks, and then we're going to fill the strip of empty space on the left and right hand side in with oak wood planks. We're not only doing this on the front, but we're also doing it on the side as well. So on the side, we just want oak wood planks on the on the left and right, and then we want to place some stone bricks. I don't know why I'm not managing to place blocks correctly. I've actually been playing Minecraft this morning, which is usually my go-to excuse that I've not played in like a day or so, but that is how you want to fill in those two particular faces of the little tower. We're now just going to fill everywhere else in with white stained glass paint, and like I said, I just wanted to do this in one go, just because I find it easier. Like, if we just maintain our like horizontal altitude, then it's just easier to place it instead of like flicking between materials, because I don't know about you guys, I always mention this because it bothers me so. I really do not like placing glass, and as long as I can just make it easy as possible, which is what this is for me, that's how I like to keep it, and that's why we're filling it all in one go. So that's the entire bottom floor. We also have to do it to the two little parts of the tower here, and this is just easier for me, and it might even be easier for you guys. I find it incredibly irritating to place glass, so as easy as I can make it, I do like to do that. So that's how the entire house looks so far, guys. Obviously, what are we missing? We're missing roofs, aren't we? Yeah, we're being a little silly. Of course we're missing roofs. So once you've reached this point right here, this is what we have to do next. So we'll focus on the ground floor first, and then we'll focus on the second floor. So the roofs are quite simple. Let's start with the very front one first of all. So on top of here, on top of the second block, coming in from the left of the framework, we want to place an oak wood there. Then two upright diagonals, that's 1, 2. Then two bottom right diagonals to connect to the opposite part of the roof. We then want to fill this in with stone bricks. We want to fill the outer part in with stone bricks, and then the center part in with white stained glass paint. That's how it looks just underneath the roof. Then the roof itself is quite simple. So the very first row of the roof, which is this row right here, and the part that overhangs the roof, which will be this row here, is going to be cobblestone stairs. The rest of it is going to be oak wood stairs, except for the very top of the roof, the apex of the roof. That is actually going to be cobblestone slab. So you guys can imagine how this is going to look. And of course, we're also going to be placing cobblestone stairs, upside down cobblestone stairs, that is, underneath the overhanging part of the roof. So very, very simple, very, very standard roof. If you guys have built anything by me before, you guys will know that this is pretty much the go-to roof. Not always necessarily these materials. Actually, I don't quite typically put these materials together, but roughly the exact same thing that I do for most roofs, or at least wooden house roofs. Different types of materials actually demand different types of roofs, but that is what you want to have for the roof, just to give you guys a bit of a slanty view. Quite simple. You guys can see how that's made up. First row, end row, cobblestone, top, cobblestone, oak wood stairs for the very center part of the roof, upside down cobblestone stairs underneath the roof, and you are good to go. Not only do you want to do this to the front, but you also want to do this to the side roof as well. So we're just going to continue the roof along there. Oh, it's also important. Yeah, what is that doing? It's also important to note where the roof starts and ends, like on the back and the right hand side here. It ends like just before like this part. It ends where the actual roof on top ends, if you guys can see. It's all in line. Like, we haven't added an extra cobblestone stairs here. Like, it's all in line. Just keep that in mind when you're placing this thing. It just makes it look a little bit better. But oh, silly me, we've got to make the little frame. So we've got to make a little triangle here, and we've also got to fill it in. So the way that we do this, it's stone brick stairs underneath each one of those woods, and then a white stained glass pane right in the center in it. So we then want to place oak wood stairs right on the sides of those oak woods, and then we just want to cobblestone stairs on the ends of the roof. And you guys know how this is going. The reason that I'm repeating myself, of course, is because there is nothing else to talk about other than the actual building of this roof. So this can go here. Yep, perfect. And then we've just got to do the oak wood stairs. I would delve into a random topic, but there's not really any point, because this isn't going to take very long. That's usually when that happens. When I start talking about things that have been on my mind recently, that's usually because I know that I have like 3 minutes plus of just absolutely nothing to talk about. But this isn't going to take too much longer. As a matter of fact, we've almost finished it. We just have to do the upside down component for the stairs, which is right here. Oh, what? Something has went wrong up top. What has went wrong? Oh, okay, so you just want a regular cobblestone, don't you? There you go, that's better, isn't it, roof? There we go. So you just want to have something which should look like this. That's the side, and this is the front obviously, why did it work on the front and not the side? Hang on. We've got some investigating to do. Is it? You happy now? There we go. I wanted an upside down stair instead of the cobblestone, and there we go. I have it now. So that's the front, that's the side done. Now we have to actually do the tower. So the tower is a little bit different. This tower. The way that we're doing this, we're going to place a layer of cobblestone stairs going all the way around the top edge of the tower. Preferably the right way. That would always be lovely if it could actually go in the right direction. That's always preferable. We're starting with a layer of cobblestone stairs right around the top of the tower. We're then doing layers of oakwood stairs until we eventually reach a point, and these are going to be placed obviously one block higher and one block inwards in relation to each set of stairs that we have. We're just going to be placing layers and layers of these stairs until we eventually reach a point where we can't do any more layers, and that'll end with something like we'll just have like one space in the very center of the layer. You guys will see what I'm talking about in just a moment, and I'm sure that if you've ever built a roof like this, you'll have encountered this before. As a matter of fact, we're approaching rapidly what I'm talking about, so we'll eventually reach a point that looks like this. So we just have like what is essentially a chimney. We place a stone brick on top, we place a cobblestone slab right at the top of that, and we just end up with something that looks quite nice. So that's just like a different style of roof. I wanted to do that instead of like just another square or just another triangular roof, because I always do triangular roofs, so I wanted to throw a square roof on top of that. And there you go, guys. Once you've done that, you've actually done the house component of this, haven't you? You've actually done the house component. That is where the blacksmith will actually live and work. Once you've done that, we have to do something else. What do we have to add? Well, we have to add a workshop, I suppose. So that's where he would sell his stuff. That's where he lives. But we have to actually make an area like a forge. I believe it's called a forge. We have to make one of those. So once you've got the house taken care of, you now want to come to the very back right-hand corner of the little settlement that you've made. And on top of this very back right-hand corner stone brick block, we want to go up on top of this by 5 with the spruce wood. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We then want to go left of this 5th block by 6. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We then want to connect that 6th block all the way down to the ground like so. We then want to take blocks number 5 and 6 and extend them coming towards us each by 6. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1, 2, 3... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We then want to connect each one of those 6 blocks together, and we also want to connect them all the way down to the ground to give us this shape. Looks familiar, doesn't it? You then want to, on top of this little frame that you've made, you want to, with your spruce wood, starting from the front, you're at the top left-hand corner, you want to be on the 2nd block, place the spruce wood, then do 2 upper right diagonals from that spruce wood, then 2 bottom right diagonals with your spruce wood to form a triangular shape. We then want to fill that in the same way that we did on the house. We want to do a stone bricks underneath each one of the spruce woods, and then a white stained glass pane right in the center. Not only do you want to do this on the front, you also want to do this on the back. So we're on the back, and we want to place a spruce wood here, then 2 upper right diagonals, that's 1 and 2, then 2 bottom right diagonals, 1 and 2, and then we want to place stone bricks underneath each one of the spruce woods, and then a white stained glass pane right in the center there. So you just want to end up with something that should look like this, and that is the framework for the little forge area that we're going to have. So now let's actually make where he would actually like dip all of the metals in and superheat them so you can actually bend them and smash them into materials. So what you now want to do is with your cobblestone, you want to do this. So it's kind of difficult to explain the positioning of this, but like in between, like the framework at the back and just 1 row forward, you guys can see where this is. You want to do a row of 3 cobblestone. Well, on top of this row of 3 cobblestone, in this position, we want to add layers and layers of this until it eventually pokes out of the top of the roof, like this. And it actually wants to poke out of the top of the roof by 2, so it'll be 1 and 2. So once you've lined it up with the very top here, where we have this spruce wood, you want to make sure that it supersedes it by 2. Then, you want to place 2 cobblestone coming up from there, and then you want to add a layer of cobblestone that comes all the way down from the center Actually, you don't. That's a bit of a lie. So, once you've got this general shape, and it's kind of hard to see now that it's kind of like embedded in there, what you now want to do is you want to come down, all the way down to the bottom of what you've made, and you want to kind of do this. You want to do kind of like what looks like an archway shape, like right at the bottom, and then you want to take the top center block of the archway, run it all the way up to the top of the shape that you've made, and you just want to have it so that it is like 2 blocks lower. It wants to be in line with the cobblestone that it has that you have on the left and right hand side, like that. Then come all the way down to the bottom and take the 2 bottom left and right blocks of the archway shape that you've made and extend them, coming towards you, each by 3. That's 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Connect them together, like that. So that is where the little, like, I don't know what that's actually called, like a forge or whatever. That's where that starts and ends, and it looks a little like that. We then want to take out the cobblestone stairs, and we want to place cobblestone stairs going all the way around the top of the little chimney part that we have there, just to kind of round it off a bit. And we also want to place cobblestone stairs left and right at the top of the archway, so it just wants to look a little bit like that. Or alternatively, maybe face them towards us so it looks a little bit different. So we just want to have, and again, this is difficult to see, you want to have something which should look like that, or more so, wants to look a little bit like this. Of course, if you want to, you can make that bigger or smaller, you can add, you can subtract, you can change the position, you can do what you want, but that is where I've placed it, and that is what I've done with it. Now, what we now have to do is actually add a couple of things to this. So we can get rid of the white stained glass pane, and we can grab ourselves some dark oak wood stairs. We're actually giving this thing a roof. So this thing's roof is actually very, very similar to the roofs that we've already made, except we're going to be using dark oak wood stairs instead of we're going to be using dark oak wood stairs instead of the regular oak wood stairs. So it's going to look like this. Obviously, we also have to do the regular facing stairs that come off of the front and the back, and we also have to do the upside down stone stairs that that sit underneath the overhanging layer, but that's exactly what we want to do, guys. We want to give this thing a bit of a roof, and instead of using oak, we're going to be using dark oak wood stairs. The reason that I decided to change materials is I thought that not only would it be cool to have like 2 different looking buildings in terms of aesthetic, like it's obvious like that there's a difference like as soon as you look at it. Not only did I want that, but a nice bit of a color change. I mean, it just seemed like it'd be a bit darker. It just seemed like it'd be a bit darker instead of like the nice friendly bright sails area. I don't know, call me crazy, but that was the rationale between changing the colors. I thought that it'd be a little bit better. So we're just building this up exactly how we would a regular roof. We're not doing that very well, are we? So that's the front. We've also got to do the back. That will look a little bit like this, and then we've got to do upside down cobblestone stairs like this. Boom, boom, boom. And what we want to end up with should look a little bit not like that. It should look a little bit like this. Obviously, we're missing a couple of things now, aren't we? So what you can do, if you so choose, discard all of your materials, you don't really need most of them anymore, and grab yourself these. Grab some lava, grab an anvil, grab a furnace. We'll also need we'll need some spruce, or maybe dark. We'll use some dark oak fence, and we'll also need some more things later on, but let's focus on this. So first of all, we're just going to fill the little forge thing here in with lava. This is so that you can actually superheat the stuff, and it actually provides a nice little light source, adds a little bit here. Now we're going to add the dark oak wood fence that goes all the way around the perimeter here, so we're just going all the way around the outside here, including the inside of the forge. We're just going all the way around the outside with the fence. We're just connecting everything together like this. Kind of makes it a nice little compound, nice little area all by itself, adds a little something if I do say so myself. And now we're just going to add an anvil and a furnace. I added them in these positions. I actually put them, where did I put them? I put one here, and I put one here. So I just placed a furnace here and a furnace there. Although maybe an anvil there, so it's actually in line with that. Maybe that'd be better. Or maybe not. Maybe slightly further away from each other. That might look a little bit better. So here, it actually touches the furnace. That's upsetting. Oh well, does it make a difference? Can we tell as we look at it? I like them closer together, honestly. These are meaningless little things. I don't know why this is bothering me. It doesn't really matter that much. But we have a furnace, we have an anvil, we have the perimeter, we have everything. This is pretty much everything, except, guys, what are we missing? What are we missing that really lets us know that a blacksmith works and lives here? We're missing a big giant hammer and anvil sign, aren't we? So, once you've actually got like the buildings completely done, you've got the little perimeter completely sealed off, this is what you want to do next. So, we need some more materials. I'm just going to get rid of all of these. We don't really need that many of them. And I'm going to grab this. So, we're going to need some dark oak wood planks. We're going to need some oak wood planks. We'll also need some... We'll need some dark grey wool, we'll need some light grey wool. We'll also need some, for the actual anvil itself, we'll need some black wool. We'll then need ourselves some cyan stained clay. Then we're going to grab ourselves some, where is it? We'll need some regular oak wood fence. These are all of the things that we need for the sign that hangs above the blacksmith. Once you've got all of that taken care of, this is what you want to do next. So come all the way around to the back of your blacksmith. You want to be all the way over in the back left hand corner. You actually want to be one block outwards from the house. So you want to be in line with this block right here, this one that I have highlighted. Then you want to come about 3 blocks back from the house. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, right here. From this block that I have highlighted right now, we want to go up by 15 with a material. Let's use black wool, so that we want to come up from this block by 15. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. On top of this block, place a dark oak wood plank. Go left of that plank by 1. Then do 6 up left diagonals. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then take out your dark grey wool and do 2 bottom left diagonals. That's 1, 2. Then go left 1. Then do 3 up left diagonals. That's 1, 2, 3. Then on top of the third up left diagonal, go up 1. Then do 5 up right diagonals. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then go right 1. Then do 3 bottom right diagonals. That's 1, 2, 3. Go down 1. Then do a bottom left diagonal. Take out your old pale dark oak wood planks. Do a bottom left diagonal. Then from that bottom left diagonal, actually, it may be easier to do this. Take out your oak wood planks. On top of each one of those diagonal dark oak wood planks, place an oak wood plank. So you kind of want to have something which should look like that. Then, on top of each one of those oak wood planks, place another dark oak wood plank. So we want to have something which should look like this now. Then, at the very base of the hammer, we want to place another dark oak wood plank to kind of like seal things off like so. And then we can just fill the top part of the hammer, the bit that actually hammers things. If you were to whack somebody, that's where you'd want to hit them with. You probably wouldn't want to hit them with the handle. Or alternatively, let's say you're not hitting a person, let's say you're hitting a nail. Don't know why we got violent there. So you want to fill the top part in with light grey wool, base in, oak wood planks essentially. You want to end up with something that should look like this. Now, once you've got that taken care of, this is what you want to do next. Take out your oak wood planks. Come all the way over to the left hand side of the hammer. You want to take this top most left hand block here, extend it left by 2 with the oak wood planks. That's 1, 2. Then do a black wool. Go down from that black by 3. That's 1, 2, 3. Go left 3. 1, 2, 3. Then do a bottom left diagonal. Go left by 2. 1, 2. Then do an up left diagonal. Go left 3. 1, 2, 3. Go up by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then go right by 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You should connect all the way back to where you first started. Now, underneath this row of 3 black wool that we have right here, do a row of 3 cyan stained clay. Do a black wool either side of the cyan stained clay, then do a row of black wool directly underneath each one of those black wool and cyan stained clay blocks. Then, underneath the road that you've just made here with your black wool, we want to do a layer of cyan stained clay. Then, take out your black wool, and we then kind of just want to place a row of black wool going all the way underneath that cyan, but we then want to extend it going left and right each by one. Then take those blocks that we extend left and right by 1 and extend them up each by 2, so you kind of like connect all the way back to where you first started to give you this shape. Then we can fill the top part of the anvil in with cyan stained clay. As you guys can see, we're getting that done right now, and we will, once we've filled that in with cyan stained clay, end up with something that should look a little bit like this, and that is the hammer, that is the anvil. We can then destroy the oak wood planks and the black walls that we placed that kind of like hold things together. We can destroy those, and now we can put in some oak wood fence. The oak wood fence is just obviously to... I'd leave it like this, personally, but it makes sense if there's oak wood fence like hanging up the signs. So, from the hammer, from like this bottom left hand point here, I'm going to connect a row of oak wood fence from the hammer all the way down to the ground, and that should be about here. Is it here? I hope it's here. No, it's one row backwards. So we're going to connect that to the ground like... No, I was right the first time. Oh, that's what I get for not trusting my old pal instinct. So we've connected that down to the ground there, and it also makes sense if we add another connection point. So we're going to take midway down the actual handle of the hammer, which is right here, and we're also going to connect this down to the ground here. So now it makes a little bit more sense, you know, gravity and such, that the hammer is actually being suspended in the air. If you don't like it, destroy the oak wood fence, you don't really need it. And for the anvil, we're just taking the bottom left hand and right hand corners of the anvil, and we're just connecting those down to the ground with our oak wood fence, like so. So that's the left hand side, and why don't we just do the right hand side here? Come here. What are you doing? What are you doing? We're just connecting these down to the ground, and then that makes a little bit more sense now, doesn't it? Doesn't it make a little bit more sense as we look from the back here? Doesn't it make a little bit more sense that they're actually connected to something instead of just floating in the air randomly? So that's the back, and to look at it from the front, it actually looks a lot better because obviously you don't notice the oak wood fence so much, and now you can really tell that this is obviously a blacksmith. That's a hammer, that's an anvil. I don't think that you can really mistake it. So that's the actual building. Compound, sign completed. What's left? So, if you really want to, and I didn't really plan this out so well, so forgive me, you can now actually make the interior for the house a little bit. So, the interior for the house would probably look a little bit like this. So, first, we have to make a little bit of a counter, don't we? We have to make a counter, and I'm gonna light this place up because it's so goddamn dark, I can barely see what I'm doing. So, we're just gonna light this up a little bit. We're gonna throw torches everywhere. This really doesn't have to be so big and detailed, but the idea here would be that there'd be a counter that you can actually sell stuff at, so I suppose that'd be probably comprised of like cobblestone stairs and maybe some like regular cobblestone, so I'd imagine that it'd look a little bit like this perhaps. And maybe there'd even be some of the wares on the back, so maybe we'd have like an item frame, we'd have maybe one here, maybe in line with each one of the like middle bits, we'd have like some of the work, so we'd have like pickaxes, and we'd have where are you? We'd have like pickaxes and swords and spades and hoes and stuff, so we can just throw these randomly around the shop because it'd make sense that we'd have like items hanging up on the wall, wouldn't it? I think it'd make sense, and then we can just start throwing swords and spades and stuff. So it makes sense that some of the work is on the walls. Maybe it'd even make sense if we had like some sort of display cabinet. Maybe like it doesn't want to be made out of oak wood planks. Maybe like we'd have some dark oak. No, we want to keep this area actually. Actually, that's a good point that I just made to myself. We have to actually be able to get onto the second floor, so I'm going to use dark oak wood stairs here, and this isn't... I obviously haven't planned this out, guys, if you can't tell. We have to... Well, that was silly of me. We can destroy that now, can't we? We have to actually be able to get up to the second floor. Maybe that's not the best place to put it. Maybe if we put it here, we can replace things as we break them. So maybe we put the stairs here. That might make a little bit more sense than what I was just working on then. So is that? No. Why won't you place? Why have you got to be irritating? Why can't you just work stairs? There we go. Perfect. So The stairs are going to go here in the back left-hand corner. Unfortunately, the torch can no longer be there either. I guess that we'll fill the floor in with oakwood planks. Makes the most sense out of any material. It would be stone, but who really wants to be sleeping in a stone room? That'd be cold. You don't want to do that. So this would be like, this is how you get up onto the second floor, obviously. We'd have like a bed up here. This is going to be easier to make than anything else. We'd have like a bed up here. We'd have probably a more fancy looking bed. Maybe this. What else might we have up here? We might also have some torches to light this place up a little bit. So maybe like here, and maybe on the opposite wall that'd go there. And maybe even here as well. That makes sense. Can destroy these. We can also destroy that actually. We can maybe even place a torch up at the top. Nah, never mind. We can have like a bed here, and maybe we'd have like some chests. Maybe we'd have an ender chest here, maybe even like a crafting table. So maybe this is where he actually does his stuff. So maybe have a crafting table at the end of bed. Nah, it makes sense that that'd be downstairs actually. So maybe we have a nice little bedroom up here. Maybe down here we've got the wares and stuff. Maybe we even have an armor stand underneath the stairs. Maybe we've got like a gold set of armor underneath the stairs. So, we don't need the boots, do we? Silly of me, but you know. Maybe we've even got a couple like in the back here. So maybe we've got some more work. It makes sense, but I mean, I'd actually used different kinds of armor. But it makes sense that those would be there. And we can also add some carpet just to make it look a little bit more interesting. Some red carpet would look actually pretty good. We can have it in an L shape, like wrapping around the actual base of the floor, kind of like leading you to the counter. Oh, hey, come and buy things. So, I mean, obviously this isn't massively detailed. It could look a little bit better. Maybe it'd even make sense if there were a couple of crafting tables around back here, so maybe you could actually very quickly craft you something up if you so chose. So I don't know, this is kind of like a very basic, very easy interior that you might want to follow along. This is where you'd live, or the blacksmith would live. Maybe you'll get a village. No, I'm not going to place a villager up there. This is a counter. There's like selling wares all over the place. Maybe you'd want to add some more things. This is where things would actually be made if you so wanted to. I've actually got an idea about this. You know how I wasn't too happy earlier? Maybe it won't grab onto the anvil, will it? No, it won't. So we can place here. No, it'd be here and then this one there. So that makes a little bit more sense, and now it's actually a little bit more symmetrical. But there you go, guys. That's a bit of an idea for the actual interior for the blacksmith. That's the compound made. That's a sign. That's absolutely everything. That's all you might need. Obviously, tweak it as you want. Make it bigger. Change things. Change the interior. Change the exterior. Do as you like. But I think that this is actually a very, very cool build. Very, very easy as well. Nothing complicated about this. Simplicity is always good. And that is all I have to show you guys. So hopefully you guys like this. Let's take a tour of the compound and we can talk about it a little bit. So hopefully you guys like this, hopefully you've managed to make it, and if you've done both of those things, guys, I'd really appreciate it if you could give this video a like, a favourite, a share, anything you'd feel like doing to help me out. I would always vastly appreciate, as I always do. You guys asked me after I made my fishing hut tutorial, can you make more things like this? Can you make more different types of buildings, something with a bit of a theme rather than just regular houses? And I have. This is my blacksmith. I'm thinking about maybe doing a library as well next. That's kind of like next on my list. Maybe even a farm. Maybe I'm out of ideas after the farm. Maybe like a regular general store might be a cool idea as well. Give me some ideas, guys. What sorts of other buildings like this would you like to see me make next? Because obviously I've ran a little dry already. Like I only really had like 3, 4, maybe 5 ideas in mind. But if you have some things like this, very simple, easy to build, very cool. Well, they don't have to be simple and easy actually. I kind of do that by myself. But if you have some little cool ideas like this that you kind of like have in mind and you can't execute and you want to see my take on, feel free to leave a comment down below letting me know what you want to see next. But if you wouldn't mind helping me out, give me a like, give me a favorite, give me a share, show me that you actually like this stuff because I always appreciate it. Also, check out the card system, because not only will I leave you a link to my fishing hut, which is very cool, very, very good response, and a clock tower, and some other things that I've made recently that are a little bit different, but I'll also link you to a couple of playlists and stuff that I think that you guys will really want to check out. But this is a Blacksmith. Like, favorite, share if you wouldn't mind. Let me know what you want to see me make next, and I'll see you guys in the next video.